Well, welcome. Today is March 14th, and welcome to today's webinar. And since no one has sent us any questions, then I'm going to talk about love. How's that? Is that a good subject to talk about, love? Okay. And which love is really the fabric of the universe. Love is the fabric of our existence. And when we refer to love, a lot of people think about conditional love, human love, or romantic love. That's what a lot of people think about. And but that's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to something greater than that, something beyond that, the real love, which includes conditional love and human love in it. But the love I'm referring to is the love of oneself, the love of the presence. We can call it the love of God, the love of the Spirit. And that love is not conditional. It doesn't come and go, and it's not subject to what have you done for me, and what do you give me, and I'll give you something in return. That love that I'm referring to, it's always here, always accessible, because it comes from yourself. And once you open yourself up and recognize the truth of who you are, you have access to this love at all times, always. You don't have to do anything for it. You don't have to change anything as far as get up at 6 in the morning to do meditate, or you have to lose weight, or you have to go to another country, or you have to sit with a guru, or do yoga, or not do that. All of those things, they're great to do, but it's not necessary. This love that I'm referring to, it's always here, and most importantly, it's yours. It's your own. It's meeting yourself, coming to yourself. And what I want to do is, first, I just want to do a meditation with you, and to direct you into this place, so you get a feel for it, and what I'm talking about, which a lot of you know this. This is not like you don't know about it, but it's always good to be reminded and to be directed in this direction, because again, most of us are conditioned from childhood. From the time we were born, we're conditioned to think and feel that love is something that comes and goes, and it's something which is conditional. And the true love is not conditional. It's always here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do simple meditation. Those of you who've been with me have done it before. We're just going to do it again. It always works. It's very simple because it's active meditation, and active meditations work very well in quieting your mind, taking you from your head to your heart. So what we're going to do is we close our eyes, and you can keep your attention either on your third eye. And now remember, this is just holding your attention on one point. It's just keeping your attention on one point. Or you can keep your attention on your heart, whichever that works for you. And we're going to be speaking a language. We're going to be laughing. We're just going to do, even if you can't laugh anyways. So we start. Hey, stop. Close your eyes. Keep your attention on one point, either your third eye or your heart. One more time. Take a deep breath. Stay in your center and put your hands on your heart. And in this moment, I want you to feel your heart. I pay attention to your own being. Pay attention to your heart. Pay attention to your presence. Simply your state of being without any story. Put your story away, whatever is your story, and just spend time with yourself. Spend time with your being. Spend time with this woman, with this man here. And repeat after me. I love myself.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I love everybody.
I love everybody.
I forgive myself.
I forgive myself.
I forgive everybody.
I forgive everybody.
Because I'm love.
Because I'm
love.
Light.
because I'm light.
Because I'm God.
Because I'm God.
That's why I love myself.
That's why
I love myself.
And I forgive myself.
And I
Forgive myself.
Okay, be silly. It's okay to laugh. Okay. Allow yourself to be silly. Allow yourself to laugh. Allow yourself to be childlike. It's okay. You have permission to do that. Because we're quite often are too serious about everything. And we forget the very simple joys of life. Next meditation is going to be an active meditation. We're going to be standing up.
Du vet han är Zarathustra, vet du?
We're going to be standing up. We're going to be shaking and making noises as we're standing up. While your attention is on one point, you keep your attention on one point. So we stop. Take a deep breath. Sink back into your center. Feel your being, feel your presence. And repeat after me. I love myself.
I love
myself.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I love everybody.
I love
Everybody.
I forgive myself.
I forgive
myself.
I forgive everybody.
I forgive
Everybody.
Because I'm loved.
because I'm
Love.
Because I'm light.
because I'm God.
Because I'm God.
Because I'm God.
That's why I love myself.
That's why I love myself.
And I forgive myself.
And I
forgive myself.
I say yes to love.
I say yes to love.
Yes to love.
Yes to love.
Yes.
To love.
Yes.
Yes to love.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Your heart open. Keep yourself open. Keep yourself open to love. Let the light, let love, let it come to you. Just receive. Open the window. Open your heart. Pull the curtains open. Let love and light of God, love and light of existence, let it come to you. So one more time. Take a deep Come back to your own center. Come back to your heart. And just feel the presence. Feel yourself. Feel your being. And repeat after me. I love myself.
I love
myself.
Yeah, when you're saying it, really mean it. When you say I love myself, put your story away, whatever your story, that whatever happened in your life, you're not good enough, you're not, your dad, your mom abandoned you, happened. You want to put your story away of what has happened to you. I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. My dad used to tell me I'm stupid. My sister used to make fun of me. I've been abused sexually. I've been abused physically. Whatever is your story, put your story away right now. Without your story, I want you in this moment to hang out with this being, your being, which is here. Be with this being. Feel the presence of yourself. You have your eyes closed. You have your attention on your third eye or your heart. You're in your own center. Put the life story away in this moment and just be with yourself. And love yourself in this moment. And repeat after me. I love myself. I love myself.
I love myself.
I love everybody.
I love
everybody.
I forgive myself.
I forgive myself.
I forgive everybody.
I forgive everybody.
I'm loved.
Because I'm loved.
Because I'm God.
God.
That's why I love myself.
That's why I love myself.
And I forgive myself. Just be in your center. Feel your own presence. In the next meditation, you're going to raise your hands to the sky. And we're going to jump up and down. Just leave it muted. As you have your attention on your own center, we're going to start with Yahoo. And then we say hoo-hoo. We begin with Yahoo and we move to hoo-hoo. Yahoo! Hoo, 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 Take a deep breath. Come back into your center. And repeat after me. I love myself.
I love myself.
I love myself.
Quero dar isso mais.
myself.
I love everybody.
I love
Everybody.
I forgive myself.
I forgive myself.
Myself.
I forgive everybody
I forgive everybody
because I'm love,
because I'm love,
because I'm light,
because I'm
I'm
light,
light.
because I'm God.
because I'm God.
That's why I love myself
That's why I love myself.
Myself.
and I forgive myself.
And I forgive myself.
Myself.
I say yes to love.
There is love.
Yes to love.
Yes to love.
Yes, love.
Yes.
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 Come back to your sit comfortably. Come back to your center. Come back to your heart. Go to your meditation. Slowly, slowly come back. Come back here. The active meditation is designed to very quickly help us to go from our thinking mind into the heart. Or we can put it this way, to take you from the mind, take you beyond the mind, where there's no thoughts. Because when we try to do simple sitting meditation, it's very difficult to stop thinking. I mean, you can sit down, listen to the music you like, and then you try to visualize, and through your visualization to go somewhere quiet, but all you're thinking about, or all comes up for most of people, is, oh, I forgot to send that email to my friend. Oh, I forgot to make some food because I need to go pick up my son from his football practice, or whatever it is. The mind starts going everywhere except quietness. So because the world has become very sophisticated through internet, television, radio, all kinds of devices to be able to communicate globally, there's a lot of electromagnetic waves in the space. And so also human minds are very sophisticated in comparison to 100 years ago, when the human minds were not this complicated. So it was easy to sink into a silent and quiet place within ourselves then, through guided meditations. But now the guided meditations, simple guided meditations, they don't work. So we need a more sophisticated kind of meditation to take us to silence. And the active meditations, they work very well. Very quickly we can come to the center of ourselves. Now, when you dive in within yourself, when you become quiet, and you get out of this busyness here, and you come to your own center, what happens is, through not thinking, through being quiet, you have an encounter with an entity, a being, which is yourself. You encounter your own self. And in encountering your own self, it's coming to this place which is very silent. What happens is an activation takes place, and you begin to feel the love, the presence, the love of yourself, the presence which is here, through simple affirmations, by saying, I love myself, I love myself, I love everybody, by just laughing, simple laughter. Now pay attention to this. I'm giving you tools, sharing you 30 years of my experience, 30 years of the search for self-realization with you, with some very simple methods that are free, and they're available to you, and they're yours. Laughing is free. You just laugh. You don't have to spend money to laugh. You don't have to change a country or go somewhere else to laugh. You don't have to change your hairstyle, change your diet, you don't have to get up at 5 in the morning to do any rituals to laugh. Laughter is available at any moment. You just laugh. And when you laugh, you change vibrations. Your vibrations start to change. You vibrate in a higher frequency because now you're in joy and you're out of fear. Dancing is free. You can dance. You can jump up and down. Self-love affirmations are free. You simply sit with yourself, put your hands on your heart, and feel your own being. And you just say, I love myself. And you mean it. I love myself. What do you have to do for that? Isn't that cool? It's super simple, isn't it? It's not sophisticated. Do you need a college education? You need to learn another language to simply be with yourself and say, I love myself? How often do you say, I love myself? How often do we acknowledge ourselves? Most of us are very good at giving to other people. A lot of us, we have parents, we have siblings, we have children, we have animals, and you're always taking care of something else, someone else. Those of you who have kids, you're always taking care of your kids. Those of us who have elderly parents, we take care of them. So we're giving to other people. But how often do you give to yourself? How often do you sit with yourself, become quiet, go to your own center, and acknowledge your own beauty? Acknowledge your own goodness. I'm not talking about a narcissist way of loving yourself. I'm not talking about that. That's unhealthy and it's egotistic and it's damaging. I'm talking about through acknowledgement of your own divine self without any judgment. Because we're the worst judge of ourselves. There is no department of the governments or the cities, nowhere in the world they have created, we have Department of Water and Electricity, you have the Department of Energy, you have the Department of Defense, you have the Department of Foreign Ministry, you have all these different departments of agriculture, but we don't have Department of Ugliness. So you don't get a letter every week. Someone comes and knocks on your door and delivers a letter to you. Oh, by the way, this is for you. And on it says, you're ugly. You're stupid. You're not good enough. You're not worthy to receive love. No one comes and sends you a letter. Some of us maybe have a relationship with a partner or someone which is a wicked relationship. Maybe they tell us that, but majority of people on the planet don't receive a letter every week or every day telling you that you're not worthy, you're stupid, or you're ugly. You're the only person who says that to yourself. You're the only person who judges yourself. When you want to do something, you want to learn a new language, you want to go take some courses in college, you want to lose weight, you want to accomplish something, go to gym, whatever. You're the one who tells yourself, oh, you can't do it, you're not worthy. You're never going to meet your partner. You're never going to meet your soulmate. You're not smart enough. You're not tall enough. You're not skinny enough. Pay attention. This is a thought, goes in your mind and tells you. It's your mind telling you you cannot do something. or be something or worthy of love. How many of us have suffered from that? For myself, for years and years, I thought I'm not worthy to meet the woman of my life. I'm not worthy to have love, to have a partner. I'm not good enough for it. Somebody else always was better than me, but it wasn't me. Until I realized that this is only a thought. A thought goes into my mind that I'm not worthy to have that, or I'm not worthy to live the life I want to live. Somebody else can write a book, but I can't write a book. Somebody else could be a spiritual teacher, but I cannot be a spiritual teacher. You know, it's like I'm the only person telling myself that I cannot do it. And it's a thought. Now, I'm not saying to replace this thought with a positive thought. I'm not talking about positive thinking or positive visualization, because I don't teach that. What I share with you is no thoughts, no thinking, no thoughts at all. Simply being quiet, simply being silent, simply sinking into your heart and feeling your heart. And when you move from the head, means from thinking to no thinking, from thinking to silence, there is a very interesting phenomenon that takes place. That for the first time in your life, you encounter yourself. You encounter your presence. You encounter love, the true love. And don't take my word for it. I'm asking you not to believe what I'm telling you. I want you to examine this for yourself, because never believe a word that I say unless your heart tells you and you have experienced it on yourself and it's your own finding. Because this whole teaching is about you awakening to yourself, not become another believer. Because we don't want to create believers anymore. We've been believers for a long time. We want you to come to your own awakening by direct experience. This is my goal, to share with you and to lead you to yourself, as my teacher led me to myself. And the very fundamental of the fifth dimensional quantum healing and awareness, everything we work on is coming from a silent mind. A journey from the head to the heart, to be quiet, inside, to find inner peace. Inner peace is the kingdom of heaven. Only now I understand what Jesus Christ was talking about, kingdom of heaven, kingdom of my Father. It means finding the peace, quietness within yourself. And that is being the richest person on the planet. When you move from the busy mind into the heart and it's quiet, there is no more stories. And if there is no stories, means there is no fear. And if there is no fear, then there is love. Because in the face of love, fear does not exist. It's only in the absence of love that fear comes. Love is the very true nature of ours. And I know we hear this all the time, but we don't really understand what that means. And I know a lot of us, including myself, I used to walk around and like a parrot say, oh, it's all love, it's all love. But what does that mean? It's all love as long as you do what I want you to do, as long as things go my way. But when is it still all love when things don't go my way? Is it still love if my partner wants to be with somebody else and leaves me and goes with someone else? Is it still love? Or it's conditional love? I'm talking about the love of the self, which is not conditional, is to discover this, yourself, your presence. When you move to here, what happens is you begin to feel, through becoming quiet, you begin to feel the very presence here. The presence of your holy self, the presence of God, your majestic being. Because we think we're these itty-bitty small beings. We think we're separated. We think we're powerless. This is what we think we are. We're hypnotized to think that way. You're not powerless, and you're not small. And you're not confined to this body, the meat. You're not the meat. This meat is going to die one of these days. I guarantee you that. It's not going to live forever. Thank God. Because it's going to get old, it's going to fall apart, and it's going to die. So you're not the meat. You're not your thinking mind either. As long as you believe you're your thinking mind, as long as you believe that the thoughts that's going through your head is who you are, then you're going to suffer and you're going to live in fear. And as long as you think your emotions, how you feel is who you are. Oh, I feel really great. Oh, I feel very sad. I have anxiety. Oh, I'm so scared because I don't know what's going to happen in the world. As long as you think your emotions, then you're going to suffer. Because your emotions are like a pendulum. The pendulum is swinging. And you're going to feel good and you're going to feel bad. And you're going to feel great and you're going to feel bad. They go up and down and up and down. Yet there has to be a way out for us to become free. And most of us don't realize that we have been living in a prison all of our lives. Most of us don't realize that we're slaves. You think you're free. You think you live in a country which is free, has given you freedom. You can go buy anything you want, eat anything you want, you can travel, but you don't know you're in a prison. You're a prisoner. A total prisoner and a slave. You think slavery ended in the US in 1866 or 1864? 1868. No, it didn't end. We're slaves of our thinking mind. We're slaves of our emotions. As long as you believe your thoughts, your emotions, and your body, you're a slave. And they toy with you. It's so easy to frighten those who believe that. Tomorrow there's going to be a new disease. Oh my God, everyone's going to die. And everyone is going to be scared. Then there's going to be a new terrorist groups coming, which they're invisible and you can't see them. And now you're really afraid of them. When you think you're your thinking mind and you're your emotions and you're the body, you're a slave. As simple as that. So the way out, my dear friends, is very simple. The way out is to be quiet, to be silent. Follow the path of every single enlightened being on this planet. Every master on this planet realized this. The way out is to quiet the mind. If you have a quiet mind, you're free. If you have a busy mind, you're a slave. Now, how difficult is it to be silent? Do you have to spend money to be silent? What do you have to do to be silent? You have to change your lifestyle. You have to change your hair color. You have to get up every day at 5 in the morning and do a lot of jumping jacks. There's nothing you have to do or go anywhere to be silent. Yet this could be the most difficult thing to do on this planet. The more you become quiet, the more you fall into your heart. The more you fall into your heart, the more you realize who you are. You realize that you are the infinite. You realize you are one with the grand spirit. You are one with God. You realize that you have no limitations. You realize that your wings are huge and you can really open your wings and fly. The more you become silent, the more of a bigger conduit you become. More energy becomes available. If you're a healer, you become a more majestic healer. If you are a channeler, you're psychic, you're an actress, you're a singer, you are an artist, you're a mother, you're a nurse, whatever you are, your artistic, your spiritual abilities will enhance drastically when there is no mind, there's no thoughts, and you have become quiet because you start to get out of the way. And as you get out of the way, love appears, the real love, not the conditional love, not the love of a boy and a girl. I'm not talking about that one. That is a conditional, not a love of partners, whether two women like each other or two men love each other or opposites. I'm sorry, I needed to correct myself. That's conditional love. How many of you have discovered that? You are with someone, you're totally in love with each other, and that person leaves you. What happens? You crash. Or that person wants to be with someone else. And then all of a sudden your love turns to hate. Now you hate them, or they hate you. That's not what I'm talking about. That's human love. That's conditional. I'm talking about the unconditional love. And there's two forms that you find it. One is the love of the guru with a disciple, because that's the love affair between the teacher and the student. And that's unconditional. Or you fall into the presence of yourself and you recognize the love which is always here. And the mother's love with the child is very close to that. The mother's love for a child is very close, but it's still not it. It's not unconditional 100%. It's still depending on conditions. I'm talking about pure love. When you recognize your divine self. When you recognize the love which is here. And you only can recognize that if you are silent, if you're quiet. And you have experienced it in your meditation. There's different ways that we experience it. You can experience it in meditation. You can experience it through Tantra. You experience it if you are in the nature. You're exercising. There are times that you go into absolute silence. It happens sometimes that women are giving birth, and through the extreme pain of giving birth, you get out of your body and you go into universal consciousness and you go to that space of love. It happens to some people are doing psychedelic journeys or ayahuasca or whatever. There are different ways, or maybe nothing. Maybe you're at your home and you're ironing, and all of a sudden you fall into this place. You get out of your mind and fall into this space which is here. Or we do some active meditations. Those of you who've been with me, we have experienced this many, many times. And we have experienced that when we become quiet, we fall into this place, this blissful, eternal presence that we fall into. And we don't want to come out of it, because it's very quiet and it's very safe. And there is no story going on there. The story of my life, the story of the world, blah, 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 disappears. And you meet yourself, which is just pure presence. You're quiet, you're available, and you have an encounter with yourself. And there's no requirements there. Because when there's no mind and no thoughts, there's no requirements for you that you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not smart enough. You're simply hanging out with your divine being, which is here. It's always here. And that's pure love. And when you come to this place with yourself, and self-judgment disappears, and you realize that you're perfectly fine for the way you are. However you look, this is how you're supposed to look. However, whatever is your level of intelligence is what existence wants you to have. Whatever talents you have is unique and yours. You start to recognize that you're perfectly fine for the way you are. And that's what happened to me. For me, is that there was a point that I realized I'm perfect the way existence has created me, the way that God wants me to be. I cannot be anything else. I cannot be taller. I cannot be shorter. This is whatever qualities that I have is what existence wants me to be. And I started to accept myself for exactly the way I am, because I realized that every single human being, good or bad, divinely or evil, it does not matter. I began to realize that every single human being, every single thing on this planet is a reflection of the absolute. It's a reflection of Her Majesty, the divine self, the divine spirit, has reflected itself in each and every one of us. So we're all an expression of it. And once you start to realize that, of course you can't realize it with a busy mind, because the busy mind is thinking duality. You have to get out of the mind. And as you get out of the mind, you begin to see it. It reveals itself to you. It shows itself to you. It begins to dance around you. It surrounds you. It plays around you. It shows itself. And for that, all you have to do is one simple thing: be quiet. Get out of your mind. Go into silence. And then it will reveal itself. It will give you the treasures. And self-judgment will go away, and you begin to see that you're a reflection of the Absolute. And you begin to love yourself and accept yourself. And that's very important, because this is where spirituality begins. Self-love and self-acceptance. It starts with you. Don't worry about what's going on in the world. Don't worry about fixing anything in the world. Forget about all of that. You're wasting your time. If you want to fix things in the world, fix yourself first. Because nobody has the right to ask any government, any societies, any culture to change for better if you cannot change for better yourself. I don't have any rights. If I cannot change myself, how can I expect my society to change if I'm not willing to better myself? I need to change myself first. And it's quite often, it's interesting, as you change yourself, you discover that your surrounding changes too. Don't try to understand that with your mind, because the mind cannot understand the magic. Life is magic. The mind cannot understand magic. Life is a miracle. Mind does not understand these kind of things. This is beyond the mind. You want to transform and have an ascension to fifth dimension, then you have to give up your thinking mind, because your thinking mind operates in third dimension. You cannot take your thinking mind to fifth dimension with you. So you have to give up your old ways in order for transformation to take place. And no transformation could take place if you don't love yourself. I can sit here and teach you fifth dimensional quantum healing. I can share with you the principles. I can show you power. I can do things that it demonstrates power, it demonstrates miracles, but what good does it do if we don't love ourselves? If you don't love and accept yourself for the way you are. Because the way you are is beautiful. You're beautiful the way you are, as you are. And I love you. And I don't even know you. And I have love for you. So if I can love you and not know you, how can you not love yourself? How can you have all these self-judgments of yourself? Because you've been conditioned. So we need to go beyond that. We need to come to self-love and self-acceptance. And this is what these meditations we're doing is about, is to take us out of our thinking mind, from the monkey mind, and bring us to our hearts and love ourselves and accept ourselves for who we are. Because we're a divine being and we represent Her Majesty, the Supreme Soul. Here on this planet, we're representatives of God on this planet, as we are. That's who we represent. Because we have God in each and every one of us, equally. It's not like there's more God in Dalai Lama and there's less God in you. It's God is equally, the Spirit is equally in every living being. Every living being carries the living Spirit. Whether their actions are evil or the actions are divine, it doesn't matter. They have the same amount of God in them. So we need to go beyond the duality. We need to really open our hearts and our third eye into really to see the truth of who we are. Then transformation becomes possible and takes place. So although we have exceeded our time, I'm going to see if we have any messages here. Aloha, aloha. Okay, well, hello. What's that? Say that again. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. As of next week, we're only going to have one academy. And I'm going to be broadcasting every Tuesday. It's going to be from 10 in the morning till 11:30 Pacific Standard Time, California time. And then it will be in Scandinavia. Right now, Scandinavia is 8 hours ahead of us. So it's going to be at 18 your time till 19:30. But the Scandinavian time is going to change soon as of 23rd of March. So then we will be back at our original time. So that means I'm still broadcasting 10 to 11:30 in the morning in the US, and it's going to be 19 to 20:30 from 7 to 8:30 in the evening in Scandinavia. But that's going to take 2 weeks or about 10 days for that time to get adjusted. I'm going to have this posted on our page. We have a fifth dimensional Academy of Higher Consciousness open page on Facebook. You're welcome to join us and make comments if you have Facebook. We will post this on it. We're also going to post this video on our Facebook pages as well as our YouTube. Feel free to share this video if you want on your page. I am leaving to Sweden on the 28th of, I will arrive there on 28th of March. I'm going to be at the expo in Stockholm. It's the Harmony Expo in Solna, which is near Stockholm, presenting there on April 1st, 2nd. Then I have a few events. Then it's going to be Easter holiday. And after Easter holiday, I will be going to Hamar for Fifth Dimensional Quantum Healing Level 1 training course. My sister Hilde Evenstad is sponsoring it. And right after that, I'll be in Stockholm, and we're doing the Fifth Dimensional Quantum Healing and Awareness Training Level 1 and 2. These are the only 2 workshops I have in Scandinavia. And then I'll return to the US. I'll be back in the US by May 9th, and I have 4 events already scheduled here in the US. Now, I like to share with you, we're going to have a retreat in Ore, Sweden, which is in the mountains of Sweden. Beautiful place, very high vibrational, amazing place that we were there last year. And this year I'm going back. I'm going to do the healing training course, level 1 and 2, and level 3 and 4, that I've already designed level 3 and 4. So all 4 levels are going to be available. And anyone who wants to do level 1 and 2 is welcome to, or you can do all 4 levels, or you can come and participate in level 3 and 4. As you know, we will be there in July. It's going to be from July 4th to 12th. And it's during the midnight sun. So last year we had a lot of fun. We started it with morning yoga, then there is the breakfast, then we do the work. If the weather is good, we do the work outside. If not, we move inside. Then we normally finish by 5 o'clock every day, and then participants are free to do whatever they want. But we used to, last year we went on a hike, because you can hike anytime you want. You can go on a hike at 2 in the morning because it's bright. We have a lot of dancing. So this time we're keeping the facility open till 1 a.m. at night. So we're planning on dancing at nights. We have 2 jacuzzis and we have a sauna. So it's a lot of fun. And the event starts on Tuesday, July 4th. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's going to be level 1 and 2. Then Saturday is a day off, which is going to be July 8th. And everyone's free to do whatever they want to do. And then on Sunday, we start level 3 and level 4. Level 3, I'm just briefly going to go over this. Level 1, as most of you know and been with me, is going to be about how to touch, feel, and restore the auric field. So we start with ABCD of the healing work. First, I'm going to teach you how you can feel the aura and touch the aura and restore the auric field. Then we're going to learn towards the end of level 1 is how to visually be able to see the auric field. We're also going to learn distant healing in level 1 and 2. How you can do healing work from anywhere in the world with anyone. We also learn how to clean and cleanse the body from old information, pulling out stuff that are stored in cellular memory, as well as we learn psychic surgery. That's all going to be in level 1 and 2. As well as, I missed out, sound vibrational therapy, because that's very powerful to use sound vibrational therapy in order to restore and balance the auric field, as well as bringing tranquility in the body and pulling out emotional stuff and opening and aligning the chakras to a higher consciousness. Those of you who've been at my healing training course, you know how powerful it is, how fast it works, and how quickly everybody learns everything. Because the healing training course is just not about doing healing work. We have a lot of dancing in the middle of during the day. We do a lot of active meditations. There's a lot of laughing and play, because it's very important to be playful when we're doing the work. So having fun and raising our vibrations to a higher frequency. Level 3 is going to be about diet, because I noticed that a lot of people don't know very much about diet, about cleansing. I'm going to be teaching you how you can clean your body, what kind of cleanses you can do, how to pull out the toxic waste out of your body, how food combining, what sort of food works with what, as well as I'm going to teach you different methods of increasing your immune system, what you can do to boost up your immune system. Also, what are the major health issues on the planet right now, and what is it we're being targeted with? And I'm going to go through that, and I'm going to explain to you that what gluten intolerance is doing to you, what leaky gut is doing to you, and how it's affecting your immune system as well as your neurotransmitters. Because I don't know if you know or not, but 80% of your immune system is in your digestion. 95% of our neurotransmitters are in our digestion. So anything that happens in your digestion and throws your digestion off balance is going to affect you emotionally and physically. And right now we have a lot of people on this planet who have anxiety attacks, or they're on anti-anxiety medications and things of that nature. And they don't know that the problem is really coming from digestion. So I'm going to be teaching all these things and helping you understand things and directing you in the right direction and giving you links so you can also study things on your own in the future. Level 4 is going to be about shamanic extraction and shamanic exorcism, and how a shaman works, and how you can go into a trance state and have access to invisible worlds and use your shamanic powers. So level 4 is about that. But in the past, people have asked me, how do I go when I do my psychic surgery and I go in someone's throat and I suck something out of them? I don't know how many of you have seen my videos of doing psychic surgery and shamanic exorcism. And people ask me, how do you do it? And how come you're able to do this to other people and not get sick? Well, a major part of not picking anything from anyone or getting any bad energy or disease or whatever is that you have to be empty. You have to learn to get out of the way and just be pure conduit of the energy. And for that is you have to practice a silent mind. And that's why I use silence, and I emphasize on it greatly because it works. But all of these things I will be sharing with you and teaching you. We're not going to jump into shamanic exorcism and shamanic work until I know you're ready and I'm with you. Then I'll teach you how to do it yourself in a safe environment that I feel like you're not going to damage yourself or others. So there's nothing to worry about. But that's going to be level 4. Anyway, feel free to connect with me via Facebook or our website, Zarathustra.tv. Right now, yesterday we posted our retreat in Sweden on our website. So feel free to check it out. And also feel free to check out my upcoming events, both in Scandinavia as well as the US. We don't have the US ones up yet, but we'll have the events in the US, which they're all going to be in California, posted in next couple of days. So next week, we're going to be at 10 o'clock. Same place, same time. I'm just joking about same place, same time. We're all in different places. But let me check our chat box and see, remember orbs. Oh yeah, I remember orbs. And all right, well, thank you. Nice to see you all. Reach out. And if you have any questions, just write to me. You can write to me at info@fifthdimensionalhealing.com. Namaste, and we'll see you next week. God bless. Bye-bye.